Hello, everybody. I'm live, and I'm just going to pop over and see if this worked on Substack as well. Give me a minute. I haven't done this before. Okay, I'm just going to see if this works. Okay. If anybody is here, can you let me know if you see me? If you can hear me? Okay, I'm just going to go and start showing you what I'm doing. Hopefully this is working on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Substack. We'll see. Every day's an adventure. So what I wanted to share with you today was Substack just released all of these customizations for the website. So I just want to explain quickly that on Substack, there's a website view, and then there is an app view that you could see on mobile devices. So the website view has more functionality to it, and you can put more things there. The app view is much more simplified. And the website view was very limited with how you can change the customization. So if you wanted to change anything, you had to like pretty much hire somebody to help you do some coding or get AI to help you to do some coding. But now this is way easier. And I just wanted to walk you through and show you how you can do this, because it's super easy to do, and you could really make your site look beautiful in just a few minutes. So, Beverly, thank you for letting me know that you can see and hear me when I share my screen. Could you also let me know if you could see my screen? Because I'm going on multiple platforms that I've never done before, and I'm not sure if people can see me on. Oh, okay. If you could see me on Substack, but if you're there and you can see me, just let me know. Hopefully that's working there as well. But if not, I will have the recording and we can share it. All right, so I am going to share my screen, and I think I'm going to be able to do it, yep, like this. So I am going to, Beverly, can you let me know, can you see me moving around my screen and changing screens? Yeah, okay, it's working. I could see it. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to show you what my website looks like now. Um, I was able to change the navigation. I was able to add much better branding up at the top. You can have a hero image, and then the way that I set this up was I set it up almost like a blog is set up. You know how on a blog you can have categories and have different, category topics where you can organize your content that way. You could do the same thing in Substack, but you could do it with either tags or sections. And I use tags because it was a simpler application. So what I did was I have these 8 articles that are the arc of the methodology of my work. So I created a tag just for those 8 articles. So you can see them here. They're all gathered together here, but I was also able to add them here on the navigation. So when you click on it, you just get those 8 articles, and that's it. And I'm going to go back to the home page again. And I'm just going to pop over here for a minute and make sure that's it. And I'm going to go back to the home page again. And I'm just going to pop over here for a minute and make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you're able to see what I was doing. Oh yeah, and there I am live on Substack right there. Look at that. I'm live everywhere. So anyway, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit more, and I was able to add this separation bar in the middle with a call to action. And then again, I used other tags. When Wisdom Meets AI is going to be all about articles that I share about AI and, bringing your wisdom to AI, and then podcast interviews. And Beverly, there's our podcast interview. That was the only one I've added so far. My personal essays, which is what I started this Substack for in the first place 3 years ago and never really used. And then I'm also going to be sharing replays of interviews from the Real 50/50, highlights, introductions, things like that. And then you'll see at the bottom, I was able to put a nice footer section down here. So, it gave a little description of what it is. I have links to my social media. I have it shows whether you're subscribed when you're in there, and then I have the name down at the bottom again, and down, if you go way down to the bottom, there are links to pages to my privacy policy and my publisher terms. And that's really nice to add on here as well. So now I want to go and show you just how easy this is to change. So I'm going to click into my dashboard, and hopefully we'll still be able to see me. Just, yep, okay, you can see. And if you go to settings and website, and then go to theme, you have to have it set to custom theme. There are two options here, match profile and custom theme. So you have to select custom theme. Otherwise, you will not get this bar to go to the website theme editor. And then it opens it up into a screen where you could literally just click and change things. So if I wanted to change the color of the background, I can choose another color. Let's say I wanted to make it pink. Now it's pink. That's how easy it is. And you can add your own custom colors here. So I'm just going to put my custom color back and save it. And then, the image, you can change the image here. You can change the layout. Okay. So, let me see. I've only done this a few times. So, okay. So header. Okay. Okay. That takes you section by section. But you can see here, like I uploaded my logo, and my logo is right over here. My word mark, which is this. So I created an image here and put it there. If you want to use a different background color, this was just for the header part here. That's where I have my background color. And the navigation, you could change the navigation from text to button. Okay, I don't think it did anything there. Okay. All right, I don't know. I don't know what that did. Again, I'm just playing with this for like the second time. So I just got so excited about it. I wanted to show you. If you want to add a section, you can just click where it says click to add a block. So if we wanted to add a block here, we can put, any one of these blocks you can add, or you can add posts or podcasts. So let's say I wanted to add a feature block. Here we go. And then I have my feature block there. And over here, I can change, like, I could change the tag, right? So I have my tags already set up, but let's say I want this to be the Real 50/50. It just changes it just like that. So I'm going to change that back to methodology. And here you can have, this is where you change the layouts, some of the layouts. So like I can, like right now, I have the focus is on the left and the list is on the right. I could just click and it changes it. Or I can change it to a center grid. All right. So there's it just with the click of a button, you could make those changes. And 1 second, somebody's texting me. That means it's probably not working somewhere. Okay, no, it's something else. All right, so I'm just going to click back here, and I'm not sure what I did to my web page, but I'll fix it. But okay, can you still see what I'm sharing? But okay, can you still see what I'm sharing? Okay, let me swing over here. Okay. I don't know if my screen share is working on Substack, but I'm gonna just come let me here. Swing over here. Okay. I don't know if my screen share is working on. Okay, I'm gonna go back in and go back to website. I'm sorry, I'm just juggling so many screens. I'm not sure what you're seeing at this point. Um, but I may stop sharing in a moment. Um, just because I'm confusing myself. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing because I just keep. Okay, I'm just gonna talk now. Um, okay, I'm not gonna share anymore because it was just opening up all of these screens and it wasn't working, and I don't think that it's working on. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm confused now with all the things I've got going on. Um, anyway, I can hear myself in two different places also. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think I'm gonna be better off just doing a video and sharing this. And I'm wait. I'm gonna I'm gonna shut this in. I'm gonna okay. All right. I shut it in StreamYard because in Substack because I was hearing myself twice. I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm doing this, and it's all over the place. Anyway, what I want to share is that you could really make a beautiful website with just a couple of clicks of a mouse. You can brand it so it looks like your brand. It has your colors, it has your images. There are interesting sections that you can make it a really nice user experience. So you can put those breaks in the middle with call to action. You can set up like your different topics. So you're not just creating content that's just a stream of consciousness. You're creating content that's an experience. So you can create different types of content. I mean, I wouldn't make it a million different things, but you can have 4 or 5 different topics that you cover that that you can organize where somebody's going to come in and they're going to see all of your content around one topic, and then they can go and see all of the content around another topic. And the other thing about Substack is that it's free. You don't have to pay for all of this. You don't have to connect the email and the video and the live stream. And, the social media aspect of it is called Notes. And one of the things that I wanted to share also is that what I created when I set up the different tiers, I set up a founding members tier, which is $300 for the year. And what I'm creating there is an entire learning experience for how to use Substack, but not only how to use Substack. I'm by the end of the week, I'll have a whole guide on how to do this without me stumbling all over the live stream technology in too many places. But I'm also going to be hosting a workshop in March called the LLM of You. And what this is, it's creating a content plan using content that you already have and bringing it into um, a closed AI tool called Google Notebook LM. So let me see if I can show you this. Hold on. I don't think I have it open. I don't want to start with the live stream, with the sharing the screen again. It got too messy. But what it is, it's part of the Google suite of products. It's their AI tool. It's one of their AI tools, and it's a closed environment. So that means that you can upload your own sources in there. And one of the things that I did was I have 52 newsletters that I wrote on LinkedIn. And I uploaded all of those newsletters into a library in Google Notebook LM. And now I could take those 52 newsletters that I wrote over the last year. And when I've reflected back on them and I read them again, what I realized was these newsletters were almost like a journal that I kept over the last year about how my work was changing because technology is changing, the world is changing, the way people are experiencing things is changing. And that's reflected through this whole year worth of newsletters that I wrote. So now from those 52 newsletters, I can create all of this different content, but it's not repetitive. It's all my own voice. And there's nothing else being brought in because it's a closed environment. So I'm going to do an entire workshop on how you can create these libraries with your own content. And it could be anything. Like I bring my podcast interviews in there. I bring the Real 50 Over 50 interviews in there. I've set them up for clients where they had their book in there. They had parts of their book that were edited out. They had their training materials that they have in their courses and their programs. And then they created the marketing materials for the courses and programs out of the content that was actually in the courses and programs. So it's really quite powerful, and it's very easy to use. And it's a way to use AI that really keeps you rooted in your own voice because it's 100% your voice in there. So that's one thing that we're going to do. And then I'm creating another series of guides on how to grow on Substack. So that would be using like notes and chats and the different features on there. A guide on monetization, and that's using the multiple tiers. And we're going to have quarterly calls, and there's going to be other opportunities for doing things together. I'm really excited about the live stream because if you're not sharing screens and you're just doing a simple live stream, it's a great way to do collaborations because you can collaborate. I think you could have up to 4 people, but I'm going to keep it simple with 2 people. And just having 2 people on there hopping on doing live streams, you're now streaming to your audience and their audience with the click of a button. No extra tools. I mean, StreamYard, love StreamYard. I've been using it for years, but I pay like $50 a month for StreamYard, so it adds up. And you don't need to do that with Substack. You could do it on there. Also, if you have a podcast, you can stream your podcast directly through Substack into all of the streaming platforms. You can have a private podcast that you can just send. Like, let's say you have a free tier, a monthly annual tier, and a founding members tier. You can create a private podcast just for one of those tiers. And it's very easy to do. You can just create an audio. That audio, who does it go to? It goes to the people in this founding members. You put a tag on it that says, podcast for founding members. And now all of those posts for those podcasts are contained together under that tag. So there are so many different ways that you could do this. Another thing that I'm really excited about that I'm really just starting to dig into is Substack comes up in SEO and in GEO, which is GEO is like SEO for AI. So you'll come up in AI searches, and it's tied to PR too, because there are a lot of journalists on here, and hold on one sec. It was originally created 6 years ago for writers to be able to monetize their craft, and for journalists that were losing their jobs as the publishing and media industries have changed so drastically. So there are a lot of journalists, there are a lot of media publications that are now on Substack. So by being active on there, you have the opportunity to connect with all of these people, podcasters, journalists, media companies. People are building independent media companies on there. Book marketing, publishers are looking for authors on Substack. I've seen people create a paid tier of their Substack and write their book a chapter at a time, and charge $5 or $7 a month for people to kind of be in on that activity. But that's a way for you to kind of write in public. So there are so many different ways to use this, and finding those ways and making them turn into something more is like the thing that lights me up. I love to do that. So my intention on this platform is to lead the way, is to find the ways that this works, to find the things that will help you get through the noise. It is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. None of these tools are, but LinkedIn is silencing our voices. I stopped using Facebook and Instagram for the most part because I don't like the way those companies are run, and I don't want to be a product through. I don't want to be an ad. I don't want that. I don't want my business run that way. That's not how I communicate personally. So I chose not to really have my business on there. I still have accounts, but other than the real 50 over 50 interviews, I don't really put anything up there. And this feels right. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And who knows what these guys will do down the road, but you can take your content with you. You can take your list with you. And for today and for the foreseeable future, it's a place where you can build your business, and you can have control over who sees your content. You can have control over where you show up and how you build your relationships online. And that's pretty much what I wanted to share, because I'm very excited about this. I think this opportunity we have not had in a long time, and I think for those of us that are over 50, there's a lot more opportunity than there is on other platforms. We're not silenced here. We get to use our voice. We get to show up where we want to be. And I think that if we go into this intentionally sharing and intentionally growing together, we really can we can do some good stuff. So I just want to share the link if you want to go check out my page. It's donnacravata.substack.com, and you'll see I might have just screwed up my whole layout, but I'll go in there and fix it. And I didn't want this to be a big long thing. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to set that up, and to share what I'm doing. I would really love to have people join me in the founding members area. I'm going to be doing some really special stuff in there, and it's a way for me to be able to help and build a community here, and whatever I learn, I'm sharing. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions. And you can find me here on Substack. You can, reach me through my website, or you can, reach me on LinkedIn. But I want to grow something that's meaningful here. And there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of really, really good people to connect with, people that are doing interesting work, people that are really smart, their hearts are in the right place. Um, and I'm not seeing as much of this on LinkedIn as I have in the past. I have some posts that 25 people are seeing my posts. And, we put a lot of work into what we do. And we, just scheduling and hoping it's not a plan, it's just not going to work. Anyway, that's really all I had to share today. I'm going to upload this video in various places because it didn't go like I thought it would. But I'll get this all squared away and figured out how to share better on Substack, or we'll just meet on Zoom or something. We'll figure it out. I've got all the tools. But thank you. Thank you if you were here. I can't really see anything, but I'm really excited to share. And I really hope that you'll come and join me and invest in what I'm building, because it's not for me, it's for everyone. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but the timing wasn't right. I always had something else got in the way, but I'm ready now. And um, I am so confident in what I'm building, that it's special and it's different, and we'll all grow and benefit from it, and we'll all grow our communities and connect with amazing people that we don't know yet. So, just come on board. Thanks.